The skater squat is one of my go-to exercises when rehabbing ankle sprains, but I also love using it for different knee issues, hip issues, and for managing low back pain. The great thing about the skater squat is that it tests and develops range of motion at the ankle, the knee, and the hip. It creates strength. You can work on muscular endurance, and you can test your joints in different ways by slightly modifying the exercise. To perform a skater squat, you're going to stand on one leg. Try and be balanced over the midfoot. If balance is an issue, you can have something sturdy to lean against. From here, your opposite leg will go back, and you're going to bend that knee slightly, almost like an ice skater, trying to get down as deep as you can. You can add a depth check to control the range of motion and to measure your progress. Over time, you will be able to increase range of motion. We're increasing range of motion at the hip, the knee, and the ankle. Increasing range of motion helps with strength development. It's also important to be able to hit these positions in sport. You can train with shoes on, or you can train barefoot. You can add an unstable training surface. You can add a resistance band to add a different force to the knee as you're going through the motion. You can add a resistance band down at the ankle to add a different force. You can elevate the heel and perform the same squat. This may help you increase range of motion. An elevated heel is also a position that leads to one of the most common ankle sprains, which is an inversion ankle sprain. Training with an elevated heel in the gym can be beneficial because you're putting yourself in a position where you're more likely to have an inversion ankle sprain, but you're training stability and comfort in that position. So if you are rehabbing an ankle sprain, especially an inversion ankle sprain, training with an elevated heel at some point in the rehab is going to be valuable. As someone progresses through a rehab program, if we're using an exercise like this, I will eventually try to make it as sport specific as possible. So once they have adequate range of motion, they've got some strength, we've worked on some power development, they're confident in the exercise, I'm going to start to take them to the surface that they'll be training on. So for example, if I'm working with a basketball player, I'll put them on a wood floor with basketball shoes. If it's a soccer player, we'll take them outside and put them on the actual turf that they're going to be using, training with their soccer shoes. So once they become comfortable and we graduate to a more sport-specific surface in the footwear that they'll be competing in, we can add any of these other implements back in. So we can put valgus or varus stress on the knee or the ankle. We can elevate the heel. We can add load. We can try and add speed. We may even start to add plyometrics at this point and add in some jumping drills. If you're new to this exercise or you're rehabbing an injury, you can start slow and controlled. Then over time, as you build some capacity and you start to feel more comfortable, and you're increasing range of motion, you can increase the load, you can increase the speed, you can make it a little bit more ballistic, you can make it much more sport-like.